Might be a bit of a spoiler in today's video. GameMasters here, and today we are diving deep into the Pech, a small elemental that can be found in the free adventure Descent into the Lost Cavern of Sajkanth, which is an introductory adventure to the Lost Cavern of Sajkanth found in the upcoming book Quests from the Infinite Staircase. But did you know that this guy also dated back to the original Lost Caverns of Sajkanth? Yeah, and today we are going to compare them. But do keep in mind that in the D&D days of yore, monsters had some fairly different stats compared to today's monsters. Originally, the Pech were of an unknown origin. It was believed, however, that they came from the elemental plane of Earth. The new version confirms, 5th edition confirms that they are from the elemental plane of Earth. The original version they had flesh as nearly as hard as granite, pale yellow skin, and reddish-brown hair. Our 5th edition version has them with skin color that appears as mottled stone, clay, and earth, and they don't appear to have hair. At least it doesn't specify, and their illustration doesn't depict them with having hair. Both versions share the same alignment of neutral good, and both make use of pickaxes as weapons and have a bonus of sorts when it comes to hitting a stone golem or a similar construct. Both versions can also cast stone shape, which when they touch a stone object, they can have it form a shape of their choosing. For example, they could shape a large rock into a weapon or a coffin, or even make a passage appear in a rock wall, provided that that wall was less than 5 feet thick. Another similarity between them is that in both versions, a pack of them can cast Wall of Stone. However, in the new version, a pack of 3 Pech are needed to do this, whereas in the original version, it was a pack of 4. One thing the Pech of old could do that the Pech of new cannot, when in a group of 8 or a pack of 8, they can cast Stone to Flesh. That's pretty cool. Before I jump into the overall differences, I first want to thank these Pech supporters. Their contributions to the channel have been beyond outstanding, and I cannot thank them enough. If you too would like to become a Patreon or YouTube member, I'll leave a link down in the comments. And if you subscribe and smoosh that thumbs up button, that helps too. For differences, new Pech have an armor class of 17 and 11d6 plus 44 hit points and have a speed of 30 feet with a burrow speed of 20 feet. The original version have 3 armor class, 4 hit dice, which if I remember correctly, monsters used a d8 to determine their hit points, so this would convert over to 4 d8 hit points. Their movement was 9 inches, and again, if I remember correctly, an inch equaled 10 feet of movement, so they could move 90 feet. New Pech also have a strength of 19, a dexterity of 11, constitution of 18, intelligence of 11, wisdom of 14, and a charisma of 10, and they have a challenge rating of 4. Pech of old, they didn't have those stats. Pech of old could speak Dwarvish, Gnomish, Goblin, and a smattering of Common, whereas Pech of new can speak Common and Terran. And one more similarity, actually. Both can see in the dark and both dislike bright light. And both versions are immune to being petrified. I have always enjoyed looking at the history of where things come from. I feel that it helps to put things into context. Plus, in this comparison, we can see that Wizards actually stayed very true to the source material, which I think is pretty awesome because it really honors the past. There are a couple of more little similarities as well as differences, but they're kind of a touch minor. I'm greatly looking forward to the release of Quests from the Infinite Staircase, but for a very specific reason, which I'll go into a future video. So be sure to smack up that subscribe button so that you don't miss it. I have a feeling that my players will want to make as many friends with these guys as possible. Who knows? They might even be able to employ them to take down a mountain that has trillions of hit points. What do you guys think of the Pech? Something you'd include dwelling deep within a cavern? Let me know down in the comments, and until next our paths cross, may you rock on. Wait, were we going to end that with may you get...